with that.
Exactly.
And you are happy. If he makes me happy, why not?
All right. So what was your first impression of Gnimbi when you met him?
Sure. When I met that boy, the first days, I used to tell him, I think it took me 4 years to eventually say yes to dating him. I used to look at him. Yes, 4 years. He asked me out for 4 years. Every time I saw him, he was a stalker. He would stalk me every day. If he meets me on the streets, he comes to my office every day. And I say, what does this boy want? And I would tell him, I could never be with you. I could never date you. And then I remember one day I said, okay, take me to Hawaii first and see how serious you are. And he says, no, don't worry. One day I'll take you to Hawaii. I'll take you to Hawaii. But 4 years later, one thing led to the other. I ended up in a relationship, and he turned out to be a very nice guy, despite all the negative things people said about him and all that. We were very good friends. We used to get on very well. He was my friend, actually, more than anything else. So,
is this why even after you guys broke up, you'd always get to meet up, you'd always get to... I remember seeing an interview where you said even after you guys broke up, you could still just call him and say, I'm coming, and you'd be like, come over.
Yes.
You didn't need an appointment.
Literally, I spoke to Genius every morning of my life when he lived. Every day of my life when he lived, we spoke together. People didn't understand why we're that close. Even those girls that tried to date him, they didn't understand when he was with them and I came into the place, he would end up being with me. It's because he had so much respect for me. He cared about me. We cared about each other, even though we're no longer together. That's why even when he passed on, the family said, look, this is your husband. We are going to give you the honor to be able to bury him the way that you want him to be buried. So we had that love for each other. We had that respect for each other. Even the family, up to now, we're very, very, very close with the family. But
okay,
I think, I don't know.
There's something you said that I found very interesting. So you said even when he was with those girls and then you would show up, he would be with you. So would he dismiss them? Could he?
They will not be his girlfriends. They'll be for whoever he's with. He never. I remember one day he had a party at I think a party some 3-4 years ago, his birthday party. He invited me at Dreams. I went there for the party, and the girl that he was dating then left the club, went to scratch his cars, 3 of his cars.
Wow.
Oh, you acknowledged in Zodwa, you didn't even acknowledge me. And Junior said, all he said, Samar, atdanane like that. I mean, this is the girl that he's supposed to be with, but he's acknowledging an ex. Yeah, Zozo is here. If I'm there, I'm there. That is me. I was there. I had that hold over him, just like he had that hold over me.
So you were that one name here, I can go to our relationship. That's
unfortunate for you.
Okay.
Not that there was anything going on between me and him.
No, but he had a higher level of respect for you.
He respected me. I just also respected him. We ended up, we were very good friends. Most people don't know that at this time of passing on, we'd broken up for at least 2 years. It had been 2 years, because I think I left Genius 2017. December 2017.
And these girls, would they try and prove points to you, like you said, Kufonera? What would they do? What's the craziest thing that happened?
They can't do nothing to me. What could they have done? They couldn't do anything to me. He would never allow them to do anything to me. It would be just him and them. But anyway, Genius was never a serious guy, so he was just wasting their time. And unfortunately, they failed to understand the person that he was. Genius never stayed with anybody. He said, if it's not you that I'm marrying, I'm not marrying anyone else. And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so what advice would you give, based on your experience with him? What advice do you give to your daughters, and what advice do you give to other young girls that are out there about dating a guy who's like him, and also looking what they should look for in a man? Because you are older, wiser, and more experienced. What advice would you give?
You must look for someone that loves you more
than you love him.
Not someone that you love. Someone that loves you more. Someone that loves you will give you all the respect that you need. Someone that loves you will respect your family, will respect anyone and everyone around you. But if you date someone like Genius didn't care about women. He was not one of those guys who was moved by girls. Yes, you are beautiful and everything. He will do what he does with you. Tomorrow is a different girl. So if you didn't understand him, you then think that, oh, I'm in love, he loves me, is this, is that, is that. He will just waste your time. He never stayed with one girl for more than a week. He never. One girl, or more than a week or 2 weeks. I think out of all the relationships that he had, I was the longest he ever was with. So maybe because I was an older woman, I was mature. He was too mature for his age. That's the thing. So these young girls,
they failed to give him the substance he needed. Okay. We need to move on. We just have 9 minutes to go before 2 p.m. Who is in control of Gnimbi's estate, and what is the current status of that estate?